Talk That Talk TV, we back again.
Welcome to Talk That Talk Media, where the vibe is live. DJ and Tika are hype, keeping dreams alive. Welcome to Talk That Talk Media, where the vibe is live. DJ and Tika are hype, keeping dreams alive. Bringing you reactions, reviews and slick recaps. Join the conversation, no time for mishaps. Trends will uncover, every beat devour. With fresh insights and energy will never tire. From pop culture to the latest in the game, dive in with us. You want to stake your claim, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Talk That Talk Media. Welcome to Talk That Talk Media.
What is up, y'all? What is up? It's your girl, EJ.
And it's Tika.
And y'all, we are back.
And it's Candy.
I know that's right.
Girl. Listen, we are back with Bridgerton, y'all. We are here to talk about Bridgerton. And y'all already know who we got in the building. We got Candy in the building. Hey.
Okay. Hi.
I love that. I'm just glad you roll with it. I'm not even mad at that. Listen, y'all.
I started stepped a little bit, but I fell on in.
Okay, listen. I'm not mad at that at all. Listen, y'all. Bridgerton is one of my favorite shows. One of my favorites. I love this show so much. And I felt like in this particular, for the first half of the season, first of all, let me just backtrack. I am mad that they have the nerve to drop these in parts. Why? First of all, that just don't make no sense. Anyway, y'all, I wanted the whole 8 episodes. That's all I'm saying. But we got them in parts. So we got part 1 and we got part 2. So we're going to be talking about part 1 tonight, y'all. So first and foremost, if you are new to the channel, if you just popping up in here and you see us and you like the vibe over here, please make sure to just go ahead and drop down there, hit the subscribe button. We need to be a little bit over 500. We like right at the cusp of 500. We need some cushion just in case. So Please make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And then don't forget to just, watch a few videos, and help us push that watch time up, y'all. We really appreciate y'all. So listen, we're about to jump into it. First, y'all know I like to do a vibe check. I feel like I haven't been live in so long, y'all. I think I forgot how to be live. Vibe check. What did y'all think about it? Tika, I'm gonna start with you then, Candy.
I mean, well, since I was kind of forced into Bridgerton.
and was.
Coming back after learning what I learned from seasons 1 through 3, and then learning what I learned on Queen Charlotte, I was like, okay, I see where they're going. It's all about the Bridgertons, but there are other people involved, other families involved in the situation. And so, just being a newbie to the game, I still consider myself a newbie, but if you want to say 1 through 5, this first 4 episodes, I gave them a 4 only because I need Sophie to go in and be like, look, bruh, it was me. Okay. But yeah, so that's the only reason why I gave it a 4. But it's good. It's really, really good, though. I'm enjoying it. What about you, Candy?
I am enjoying it. I fell in love with it from hello. This first episode did me in. It didn't disappoint. I know Sophie can't. I've been begging for Sophie to say something, but I know she can't say it because we wouldn't be here talking about it because there wouldn't be nothing to talk about. So I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it from the beginning, Queen Charlotte and everything. Season 3 was kind of off for me a little bit, but I'm here for what they got for us so far.
Nice. You muted, EJ.
Okay, can y'all hear me now?
Yep.
My bad. I don't think anybody likes season 3. I think season 3 was I'm not gonna say anybody. I'm not gonna say everybody because some people are like super fans of Penn because they read the books or something, but it was out for me only because of Penn. It just pissed me off because I was like, how'd she get away with everything? Like, she literally been out here gossiping about everybody. And, I know that some people are going to be like, well, she was trying to help her friend. No, she wasn't. Because if she was trying to help her friend, she would have went about it in a different way. I just felt like it was so selfish. But I am in this season of in this season of Bridgerton, I'm trying to learn to like her since she's now a Bridgerton. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to learn to have that same love that I have for the rest of the Bridgertons. But I ain't gonna lie, y'all, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. So
you are not alone.
You are not alone.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I was gonna sing it, but I said no.
Oh yeah, girl. Each and every time we bust that in a song for sure. So anyway, y'all, we're about to jump into this episode though. As far as my vibe check, I loved it. I thought that it had a good start. You know, Tika and I talked about this before. We thought it started off a little bit slow in the beginning, but as Tika pointed out, oh, and FYI, we did reactions to this, guys. So if you want to check out our reaction, it's gonna be up later. Sorry that it's late, but it's there. And Tika pointed out that they had the world build, and I had to think about that. So now, you know, we getting these new characters and we don't know them, so they can't just thrust us into it. And I guess I was just so used to, you know, just let's get to it that I was just impatient. But I loved where we got when we got there. So
Yeah.
I was looking forward. I'm going to go ahead and jump into this episode, y'all. First of all, when it first starts out, we start out with, oh, Lord, Lady Featherington, y'all, is over here in these streets. She over here at the Bridgerton house. She ain't never been at the Bridgerton house like this. And I'm just like, girl, I don't even know if I like you at this point. Why is you here? But, you know, it is what it is.
Well, I knew I didn't like her. I didn't like her last season. I didn't like her the season before that. I didn't like. Look, I don't care about you and your little redhead grandbaby. I don't care because you Penelope mama. You're stealing money. You're lying about it. Got Penelope in your mess, and she going along with she corroborating the foolishness. Anyway, I'm sorry, EJ. I don't like.
Right. Keep going.
She garbage,
cool,
like
little cool.
She garbage. I just don't have any respect for her. And we're gonna as these 4 episodes continue to build, we're gonna see why I really don't like her. Especially what she did to the maid. So yeah.
Okay, that part. Now, y'all, I'm not going to go in any type of order. I kind of like got my thoughts of how I want to kind of go about this. We just going to follow these slides, but they are not like in a this type of thing. But any thoughts over over Featherington, over Portia. I like to call her Portia. Over Portia, and of course, little man is cute. You know what I'm saying? He got a little red hair. Yeah, he all cute and everything. We get that, and we know that the documents that that her maid forged actually allows him to now take over once he's old enough. So that's also interesting. So anyway, so he's the heir to that throne, I guess you could say. Did y'all miss having the Ditzy and Ditzy this season?
Heck no, because them two things got on my nerves. Thing one and thing two, they slow. Something ain't right with them. I don't know what that lady did to them churn, but they get on my nerves. They don't have anything to do. They don't have anything. They don't have no sense, no cool, no nothing, no tact, no nothing. They just breathing, okay? I don't understand.
Okay.
Yeah, they giving me the evil stepsisters from Cinderella. They giving me the evil stepsisters, and they want to be they goofy as hell. Respectfully.
Thank you.
They
I was trying to be nice.
It's like I don't know if the horse cart they got on flipped over and they hit their heads at some point in their lives, but it's just like common sense ain't coming for the two of them. And so I did not miss them at all. You know, that maybe they over there somewhere making some babies like they were supposed to after they found their pinnacle. But nah, I didn't miss them. No, ma'am.
Okay, that's what's up. Candy, anything over Portia and Baby Feathers, and I put him up here because he was just cute as a button, and I'm like, why she here? Why she at their house?
Trying to wreak havoc and do something she ain't got no business. I don't like this lady. She's evil, deceitful. She's conniving. She is not a good person, and I hope something comes down. I hope something happens where some get stripped from her where she broke and ain't got no money on the street or be a maid or something. Because I just don't like this lady. Because she is evil. Her and her 2 raggedy daughters, 3 raggedy daughters. Because Penelope might be saved because
she raggedy
now.
too.
Yeah, she raggedy. I'm gonna just leave it there. Her and her 3 raggedy daughters, they can go and be maids, low budget maids, okay?
Okay. So, yeah, okay. Thought I missed one. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into Benedict for a moment. Benedict the rake, because at the beginning of this, we got Violet traveling herself all over to find Benedict. So we know that Anthony and Kate went to her home, right? To have the baby. So now somebody has to take over, and he's the second son. So he's supposed to be the one doing all the things. But now Benetton want to be out here doing the absolute most. So his mama have to go over here and get him because he wasn't even there to welcome Eloise, Francesca, and Kilmartin back, right? And then she get over there and find old naked Benedict up there with 2 of them. Girl, this was crazy. And she just looked so embarrassed. What did you think about it, Tika?
I mean, I thought it was funny because Benedict was just being Benedict. That's who he's been ever since we met him from season 1 up until now. Only difference is just Mama just caught him in the midst of the do. Of course he was asleep or whatever, but Mama pulled up. Like, about time. Where were you 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons ago when your son was laid up with everybody and anything and having multiple threesomes with different men and women? Like, where was you at? Like, Mama? Now you want to pull up anyway. I ain't trying to go off on her because Benedict is just gonna be who he is. They trying to make him out to be something special this time around. I can see that as second son, they're making him out to be somebody special. But right now in this picture, that word shouldn't have been raked. It should have been just 304. But what's up, Benedict? Your guard. Anyway, I ain't gonna talk about.
Why do I like saying his name, Benedict? I don't even put the T on there to be saying Benedict.
Because that's exactly what he be do. Benny, okay.
That part.
And every crooked and crevices he can fit it in, that's what he gonna do. Right. And he like what he like, and I ain't mad at it. But Mama, she knew what she was walking into. She knew what he was over there doing. He didn't want to greet his sisters. He grew up with them. He didn't want to see them. He didn't care. Leave me alone. I'm doing my due. I'm handling my business, Mama. Leave me alone. Right. I know that's what got her riled up when she saw, that something had happened, and she was like, "Oh, I can make something happen too."
Girl, her garden been wanting to get bloomed. What did she say about the damn garden? I said, Lord have mercy. Her in this garden. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Listen, we see you out there, guys. Definitely make sure to drop your thoughts, drop what you thought about Bridgerton. Let us know what your favorite parts were. And meanwhile, we're gonna mosey on along to these two. We're friends again, and I still don't know how I feel about this. We kind of touched on it a little bit. Everybody knows now that Penelope is Lady Whistledown, right? And that's cool. I never had a problem with her being Lady Whistledown. If you gonna use your powers, don't use your powers against me. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't act like we friends and use your powers against me, because I'm good with some kiki kaka and laughing at some other folks, but don't be making that joke about me, okay? That's when we got a problem. And I think that was what my real issue was more than anything, because I'm not mad at nobody making a few coins for themselves. You know what I'm saying, Candy? Like, I don't care about that part, but we were supposed to be friends. And yet, before any of this, before the scandal with Eloise, she was still talking noise about her whole family. She was talking about everybody. I don't know, but I don't know if we could ever be friends again. But gosh, I guess we should forgive people. But I don't know. What you think, Candy?
What is it? Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Because, girl, you still, in the back of my mind, I don't trust you to do right by me and my family still yet, because you threw me under the bus. You threw all of us under the bus, and you really threw me under the bus and ran over and threw me back, and you act like you was right for doing it. I wouldn't want her as a friend. I wouldn't tell her nothing. I tell you that. I wouldn't tell her nothing else. She wouldn't get nothing out of me, and it'll be mom's the word around her. I don't trust it, because you still got to write a story, and I don't want to be part of it. And I think Eloise like the girls, and you're not gonna be telling nobody I like girls.
Okay. Listen, Eloise, I don't know about Eloise. Eloise this year, we'll talk about that in a minute, but Eloise is something else. Tika, what are your thoughts? I kind of feel like I know what you're gonna say, but go ahead and say it.
Let me get my windpipe together. We are never, ever, ever getting back together. Like, you would never, ever be my friend. I don't care if my brother was blind to the fact and married you anyway. I wouldn't fit in the tea room and kick it with you. You even talked about my brother, who you claimed you love so much, but you threw him under the bus in your little whistle down periodical newspaper, newsletter, whatever you wanted to do. So for that, and she definitely threw her own friend Eloise, the real true friend, the real friend that actually, had her back through everything, even when her mama was broke and really, really broke, and they was living in the hood. She was still cool with her. She was still trying to, waiting to meet back up with her, but she betrayed her. And it's hard. Y'all can't just just betray me one season and then the following season think that we just gonna be able to connect back like it never ever happened. So it will take some time. I will see if they had given us, season 5 and then they became friends again, but it's just season 4. You betrayed me in season 3, 2. It was just too much drama for me. But well, Eloise, she saw that Cressida one ish, so I guess she realized all she has is Penelope at this point. Even though she had her boy in the newspaper at the store that she was about to kick it with the books, and then Penelope again. I can't find no reason. I can't find no reason to be cool with her. You messed up my spot. I was able to go and see this cutie back in the hood somewhere, and now here you go messing up me. So now I can't get no satisfaction. Now I gotta be without a pinnacle because you want to be a hater. I'm just saying.
Always.
And then because I left and came back,
Right.
I left. Ain't no I'm coming back and we gonna pick up what we left off. No, ma'am. No.
That part.
Because I've been gone for a minute. Now I'm back with the jump off, and we ain't jumping off to no friendship. I'm sorry. Nope.
Hey, listen, I'm not mad at it. I do believe in forgiveness and stuff like that. But I just feel like it would be different if it was only that one thing where she could justify it and be like, I did it to save you, even though we know that wasn't really the case. She was trying to save herself. It's like a little bit true, but to me, it's more not true than true. You know what I mean? Like that. It's like an 80-20 thing. 80% trying to save myself, 20% is going to help you too. That's how I felt about that. But for me, it's all the stuff before that. It's like all the stuff before any of this stuff happened. Girl, you was just out here going in like it wasn't nothing. So
Right.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know. We'd have to, like, girl, she had to do a lot. She has to, because I can be bought. Listen, I ain't gonna lie, I can be bought. Everybody got a number.
EJ, out of all the people that, she could have told Eloise that she was Lady Whistledown.
Thank
you
you.
knew this girl was running the streets trying to figure out who Lady Whistledown was, you could have revealed that. And I'm pretty sure that Eloise would have kept your freaking secret, but you didn't. So we're never.
That's true.
Send her back somewhere. Send her to the woods. Send her to the country.
That's a good point. She could have told her, if she didn't tell nobody else, she could have been like, look, I'm Lady Whistledown. What I'm going to do is this. I'm about to have to drag you through the mud, girl, because this is the only way we're going to get the queen off your back.
Right.
Because I'm about to go, and then she would have been prepared for it. And because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I agree with you. I don't know about this.
Yeah. And then I'm a Bridgerton girl. You, what was it last name?
Featherington.
Yeah, I'm it. Okay, the show named after my last is Bridgerton. So you are nobody. So you should have been, handling your business like you're supposed to, because I am up here and you're down there. But you're only a Bridgerton by marriage, okay? By name only. That's it.
That part.
Yeah.
Hey, Monique and Tamika.
Hey, Tamika. Hey, Mo.
What's up to everybody in the chat? Thank y'all so much. Make sure to hit the like, guys, as you come in, and drop us a comment and do all the things. Let's talk about Lady Danbury, because y'all, Lady Danbury And I'm not even want to jump into where we are with her in this episode. I want to talk about Lady Danbury just in general, so that we can kind of set that up for where we're about to go. Because Lady Danbury has been such an interesting character. I'm so excited because Tika is through everything, y'all. So we can talk about this. She's watched Queen Charlotte, and we got this amazing backstory. Like, shout out to Queen Charlotte. I need them to do a part 2 on that, but a season 2. But Lady Danbury, oh gosh, I cannot think of what her name is. Gosh, I was trying to think of the actress name. She did an amazing job at bringing this a character to life. And Lady Danbury been through some things. You know what I'm saying? She done been through some things. She got basically sold off because, you know, back in this era that they're portraying, people are, you know, given to other people. They're betrothed to them. They put a little fancy word on it, but to me, it's like they sold them. But I'm just saying, but maybe that's too harsh. But they're betrothed to these people, and she was sent to be with Lord Danbury. Well, he wasn't a lord then. He was just I don't know what his title was. Hell, he was just there.
He was like a prince because his daddy was a king. His daddy was a king, but he was dusty as hell. That's what they should have called him. But anyway, I'm sorry, EJ. Go ahead.
You good. Old man. But before the queen had gave them like titles and all that type of stuff, you know, she was sent over there in them streets, and we saw the type of life that she lived, right? To the point where she was just waiting for this man so that she could just be free. And she kind of knew that once she was free, she wasn't trying to travel. But then she bumps into another person, Violet's father, right? And she kind of like him. But then he's married already and got a family and things. And so he can't choose her, of course. And so I think in that moment, she just makes up her mind that, this is who I am. I'm just going to be by myself. But in all of this, she strikes up this amazing friendship with the queen, right? A genuine friendship, one where she don't hold back. She just tell her like it is. And she taught her a lot of things. As a matter of fact, she was probably her only friend that she ever had. The queen was her only friend. Or what opposite I'm trying to say. Lady Danbury was the queen's only friend because she had nobody else. She had came from Germany, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And she too was betrothed to the king, right? So now she's just here. But Lady Danbury, you know, teaches her some things and talks to her about things and really just helps her to create this world that we see right now, right? Lady Danbury had a big part in all of this, right? So they've been friends for a long time. She was her lady in waiting, but now we learn that she's no longer her lady in waiting, but she's still her best friend. I'm gonna call it what it is. That's her BFF, okay? But after we learn all of these things, when we get the brother story last season, so we get the brother, he comes in, and then we learn about you know, why they were at odds, because she was trying to leave. She wasn't trying to marry that old man. She said, no, I don't want to marry him. I'm about to chuck y'all to deuces. But brother low-key snitched. He didn't know what he was doing. And that's how she's ended up here. I said all of that to say that Lady Danbury has had a life. You know, she's had a life, but she's been here this entire time. And now she wants to go away. And we're going to talk about that part in just a second. What are y'all thoughts just over Lady Danbury, this character? Because she just seems so bigger than life to me. I love this character. I'm going to come to Candy first and then Tika.
So I like Lady Danbury's character, especially what we learned in Queen Charlotte, because she was, I think at 3 years old, she was told what to drink, what color, what kind of wine he was going to like, what her favorite color was going to be, or whatever. So she was, whatever the word is, she was put into this group. Well, yeah, I didn't want to say that, but yeah, groomed to be this man's, you know, wife, bed wench, or whatever she was, child. Listen, he was too old for her. And she was glad for him to pass away so she could be free. She was liberated. Once he passed away, she was liberated. She didn't want to be tied down anymore. But then she found, you know, Queen Charlotte, and she became her ride or die, her BFF. And it's like now she wants to leave and live. You know, she's getting older. She wants to just live and be on her own to do what she wants to do because she's not tied down to anybody. man, woman, cat, dog, or child. You definitely know it when the children, because she ain't had them when she did have them. As we learned in Queen Charlotte. I like her and I want her to be free, and I want Queen Charlotte to realize that she just wants freedom, not that she's going against her or being rebellious or anything, but she just want to be free, and she wants her Queen Charlotte to be free. Let that man stay under that bed as he's still digging with them damn them dust bunnies.
Don't be talking about Farmer George like that.
Yes.
And the dag what them things called? The stars in the sky.
Yes.
You know, all of that. Yeah. Let him go and do that. Wherever he at, he's still under the bed. Queen Charlotte want to be liberated too, and she just don't know how to do it. She just thinks she's supposed to have underlings all the time, but that are friends, and that's not Lady Danbury any longer.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, I absolutely agree. And the actress's name is Joa and Doe. I'm sorry, Queen, if I'm messing that up. She should have been the queen too. But with that being said, yeah, she was forced at, was it 3-4 years old, to come to Mayfair. Freaking Mayfair, my God, to be married under this. That man looked like a whole bugaboo. They was wrong for that. They could have at least gave her somebody with some character that, you know, you can grow to love. Like, you couldn't even grow to love. You could just walk around and be afraid to look at him. That was just wrong. But anyway, I digress. I had a moment. You know, I respect her. You know, she didn't raise her kids, but a lot of these women didn't raise their kids. They had governance, they had maids, they had, you know, all of the things, the people that took care of their children. She was literally given to this man just to lay there and give him the goods, you know, for her, help her. I'm about to say something crazy. Help her garden flourish, but I don't even think she ever had one of them with him. You know, she didn't reach her pinnacle with her husband. She just literally laid there, or either she turned over and he hit it from the back. And you know, like, it was that one last time where it was just over with for him. And I was with her. I was glad that he was up out of there. She has definitely been a very important role. She has played a very important role in Queen Charlotte's life. Even though I don't like the princess, the king's mother, she was the one that gave all these women these titles to be ladies and lords. She did it on some racist-ish. Okay, since we got a mixed couple in the palace, we gotta have mixed lords and ladies. And so that's how, you know, Queen, that's how Lady Danbury became, you know, one of the ladies. But then shout out to Brimsley, who said, which one of them is not gonna tell my business? When the Queen asked which one is not gonna tell my business, and he said that it looked like Lady Danbury was gonna be the one to keep all the secrets. And so she has been that. So, you know, up until to this point, and I know we're going to get into the other part later, but, you know, I salute her for, now she ain't raised her kids, but I know what it is to have to give your kids to their daddy or give your kids to somebody else to let them take care of them. So, you know, I can resonate a little bit with her character. I'm not so prim and proper, but I do understand what she had to do. And then she was the life of the party. Every season, she was the one that initiated the first party. So, you know, if I could be a part of one of her parties, I would have been happy. But, you know, anyway, I want to talk about the Queen so bad, but I know we're going to get to it. But I just salute Lady Danbury. I appreciate her and the character that she, and giving us this character as Miss Lady Agatha. Okay.
And she's so beautiful. She be clean too now. Every outfit
all
she put
the
on
time.
be tough. Okay.
Right. Okay. Them hats be on it.
Yes.
Hats are
She be
great.
decked out.
Yeah, I love it. So, you know, speaking of the Queen, because Tika was holding it tight. She was trying not to go there. But speaking of the Queen, I'm gonna go ahead and let you have it here. The Great Escape. You know, the Lady Danbury say, listen, I gotta go. But the Queen said, nope.
No.
Okay. She said, nope. And there was a moment in this season where you know, they're playing chess and they get into this argument, and the Queen try to pull rank on her, which the Queen has never done that before with her. Like, but that just let me know how much this is hurting her. As far as having to let go of Lady Danbury, because I feel like in the end, when it's all said and done, they're real friends and she's going to let her go. It's just right now, she's having a hard time with processing this, that I'm about to lose someone else. She already lost her home, her brother, like her family, and now she's about to lose somebody else that she considers to be family. Not to mention she lost her husband, which who's the king, you know, like he's not gone, but he gone. You know what I mean? So there's that. So I actually really empathize with the queen because I get where she's coming from. But at the same time, at the end of the day, you know, I also get where Lady Danbury is coming from too. Like she never got to be free. She went from, you know, having to be with this man, and then she goes into this intense friendship with the queen out of all the people in the world. And now that she's not a lady in waiting anymore, she no longer has that duty or that job. Now she just wants to go and live a life. You know, she wants to see what else is out there. So I understand that and I get that. And I see both of these ladies' perspectives. I love the painting when she goes into when they're walking through, because y'all remember in the earlier seasons when not the earlier seasons, in Queen Charlotte, they love to walk by that painting, which I used to love that when they would always show the paintings. And they did the same thing here. And we get the ode to them when they were younger. So I love the painting. That's why I put that up here. And I just want y'all to talk about like how y'all feel about it. And shout out to Tika, y'all. If you have not caught this week's petty debate, we are talking about, is Queen Charlotte wrong or not? And of course, Tika says she is wrong. And if you want to go and check out her video, please do so after this live. It is very interesting. And next week, you know, I'm going to rebuttal and tell her why the queen is not wrong. But for now, let's go ahead and talk about it, Tika. What do you think about The Great Escape?
Listen, so for over 30 years, I have been your friend. And then all of a sudden, you got the audacity to come out your mouth and say, I'm your subject. No, Queen. What we're not going to do, Queen Charlotte, what you're not going to do is call me your subject. I've been given this name as a lady. However, I have been more than just a subject to you. I have been your friend. I have been holding things down. I have been keeping your secrets. And all you see me is as a subject. I understand she said that only because she was afraid. She shed a couple of little rabbit tears. She shed a couple of tears, but at the end of the day, it was the disrespect that, you know, it really hurt. It really hurt Agatha to see her as that. And Charlotte, I'm gonna take the title away. Charlotte, she knew she was wrong when she said that. She knew she was wrong. That's why she, you know, stopped her from leaving out of the room and expressing. But look, baby, what we gonna do is find you a new lady that you can kick it with, someone that's gonna keep your secrets, and you not hold me hostage, because right now that's what you're doing. You're holding me hostage. And I just want to go experience Sierra Leone. I just want to go and see the world that I didn't have the opportunity to see. So, you know, I ain't gonna lie, that moment where after she called her a subject and then she broke down crying, she, you know, she kind of, I ain't gonna lie, it kind of got me a little bit right up in here in the throat. It got me a little bit, but you know, what am I gonna do after he's when he dies? Baby, go find you some more friends. That's what you're gonna do. You the queen. Like, you can literally do any and everything. What have you been doing this last 20 plus years? This man been crazy since you married him. So find something else. Find something else to do. Anyway, my petty debate does not sound like that. I was way more calm. But I definitely would love for y'all to check it out.
Listen, and first of all, Tika, what we not gonna do is act like she meant that, because she didn't mean that. She said it and she took it right back, like immediately. She didn't even let it fester.
I have learned people say what they mean and they mean what they say. So she
didn't mean that one.
She took it back because she knew she was wrong. That was the only reason she said what she said.
She didn't mean it. She took it back immediately. It'd be different if it had a festered and she apologized later.
It hit her
immediately. Regretted
it. Hit her when she bowed down and said, "Okay, I'm your subject," and she bowed down. It hit her, so it stuck with her. So now I know what you're capable of. How you're capable of talking to me.
Don't do the queen
when
like
things
that.
Can't go your way. I'm just saying.
Don't do the queen like that.
By Queen
Come on.
Charlotte, but I did like that wig that she had on with the flowers and the butterflies. I did like that part. But anyway,
we don't do queen like that.
Candy better take it.
Not Tika. Candy, your thoughts, boo boo.
Oh, child. Tika laid it all out. I don't know what to say. I think because times are changing, she is having an issue with what's going on. For one, she's getting older. Her husband is older. Her children are older. She still thinks like she is, I mean, not think, she knows she's a powerful person, and she knows that the things that she does and says means something to everybody, well, to the people that care. It matters to her what she says, what she does, like throwing those parties, the balls, you know, and it's like she has to have her hand on everything. And I think the turn for her was when, I hope I'm not going ahead, but when what's his name? Benedict and Sophie did their own thing. I think that did something to her because she didn't put him in place. And Sophie wasn't a diamond or whatever. She wasn't put in place. So I think another thing that turned for her was like she's lost a little something from her, like she lost a grip. And now it's like, I can't lose that. And like you said, she's losing all these other things. And now I'm losing my friend. So I think because times are changing in Bridgerton, she is just the person that she thinks she has control over. She wants them to stay. You do what I say, do you be my underling or whatever, my subject. And then she took it back. She said it and she took it back. No, you meant it, say it, keep it. Let it stay right where it is because that's what you meant. Because that's what you think of her. She's your friend, yet she's your subject, okay? So that don't really go together, but it has in their relationship because Lady Danbury is a strong person, her own self. So she can handle Queen Charlotte, but she wants to be free, and Queen Charlotte needs to let her go. She needs to let it go. She can still be queen. She can still run the palace or whatever she need to do, but she needs to change roll with the times too. So.
Okay. Listen, I'm gonna let y'all have it because I think y'all know. I think y'all understand and know that that lady did not mean that, and that she was acting off of an immediate hurt. Like I don't want to lose my friend, so I gotta pull this rank. She's never done that with her before, ever. And that was her
she's
first
losing
time
her
ever
grip.
She's not losing her grip over
things are changing.
Over the king. Like she's still the queen. Like can't nobody else. Only one person can do that. One, and that's Lady Danbury. Brimsley can't do. None of them other folks can do any of that. Only Lady Danbury.
Because Danbury is a strong person. She's a strong individual. So everybody else may not be as strong as she is and can handle telling her no or I'm not going to do something.
God, you think they finna tell the queen? They can't tell the queen no. That's because they friends. See, that's where you missing. They friends.
Well, she just
they
gonna have to go with friends.
So friends and power don't go together. Me being your subject and being your friend don't go together.
Because she didn't mean anything when she didn't mean the subject thing. She was trying to force something like
force her power, her hand, and she losing her grip. Baby, listen, Benedict and Sophie already done flipped the script on her. It ain't going how she wanted it. Okay.
Yep.
What?
Times is changing.
Go be friends with Penelope. All you want to do is sit and gossip with somebody. Go be friends. Make Penelope your friend. That's all you want to do is sit and gossip. She wanted
Benedict to be the belle of the ball or whatever, but he was gone with Sophie.
Right.
She don't have it. She's losing grip. Okay.
Girl, every season, nobody that she wants to act right.
But they did it in her face.
Who?
They didn't give her that. Benedict. He went gone. He didn't care about that.
I don't even know if Benedict even know he's the suitor.
He don't care.
But
he know it's his time coming. But he don't care. Anyway, EJ, I'm gonna let you go ahead.
She asked for it.
Huh?
I say you asked for that subject.
What's that? That's it, girl. Listen, I can hold my own. Listen,
but good. You know, Penelope already knew what time it was. Penelope knew Benjamin wasn't finna be dealing with all. I mean, Benedict wasn't finna be doing all that. That's why she was like, she was like, she already knew No.
I just think that those two things don't go together. Like that part of it right there, because the queen She ain't never been right about that. Like, she always wrong every single time. Look, Francesca did something totally different. Like, she's never right about those things. This friendship thing is something serious, though. But I'm gonna let it go. We gotta talk about this lady right here because I like her. I like Sophie. I think Sophie is great. She's like one of my favorite characters so far. I like the first introduction to her, and I like the fact that she like, even though she's treated the way that she's treated, she still does everything to the best of her ability. Learning that they had to replace 5, did they say 5, just to replace 1? That's wild right there. That is major. That just shows a lot about her work ethic and who she is in general. And I think that her and Benedict really did have that chemistry when they first met. But I loved how she enjoyed the ball. Like, I loved how she looked at it. And it's just sad that she's being treated this way. What are y'all first impressions of Sophie? Tika and then Candy.
Yeah, Sophie she was able to enjoy the ball because she's never experienced anything like that. She was also never groomed the way the other young ladies were when it came to a ball. Every other young lady that's there at a ball is there for a purpose. They're looking for their husband. She didn't have to worry about that. All she wanted to do was just see what it was like, see how everything, went down, and enjoy herself to the best of her ability. Like, you run around with a dance card on that you don't even not have now one signature. You don't even know that you're supposed to put the dance card on. But I loved it. I loved it for her. It took me back, the classic Cinderella story, where she went to the ball and then the clock struck 12. You know what I mean? It took me back to that moment of meeting Sophie. She ran into her evil stepmother, evil step auntie, whoever she is. She ran into her, but she dodged her. I just knew they were gonna catch her, but they allowed her to be able to enjoy as much of the ball that she could. And I like her friends, the maid at the house and the one guy who threw that little white powder wig on to take her over to the ball. Like, they were some riders for her. They knew they weren't supposed to be doing, any of that, but it was like, we're gonna let you go and experience the moment. And so she had a good time. She's a superhero. She's strong, she's intelligent, she speaks different languages. And we find out that she just got a bad rap, effed up family at this point. The uncle or uncle daddy, whoever he is to her, I'm still confused on that part. But he left her hanging with that crazy behind woman that he ended up marrying. So, but I like Sophie. I like who Sophie is. I like Sophie's honesty. I like her her ability to be strong and kind of like stand up for herself. At least for what we've seen so far, minus that one last moment. But yeah, I like Sophie. I'm glad we were introduced to a fresh new character.
Okay, that's what's up. Candy, what's your first impression of Sophie?
I didn't know of course I didn't know who she was. At the ball, I think we first meet her at the ball, right? She's at the ball, she's looking around, admiring all the beautiful things that she saw, the chandeliers, the flowers, and just all the beautiful people that were there in their dresses and their gowns and their masks, and just seeing something outside of the beautiful home that she lives in, even though it's something that she cleans up. But we didn't know that in the beginning. She was just so free, and it was like that mask gave her freedom because she was smiling and she was admiring everything. But later on, when she's home, like the picture we see her, she has no expression on her face, and it's like that ball, that mask gave her freedom, and she could be anybody that she wanted to be. She wasn't a maid. She wasn't a mistress's daughter. She was just a free person, and she didn't even have a name. And I liked her character. I did. I really did. I was like, yes, we got somebody that's fresh and new, and seems like they got a lot going on, but it's holding back.
Yeah. I liked her character too. But we got to talk about Cruella. That's what I call her. Cruella, aka Lady Penwood, the ex Mrs. Lady Lee. So when we meet this character, of course, we met her at the ball. So the way that they did this first episode, first episode, we get to the ball and we introduce to some of these characters, but then we backtrack it when we get to the second episode where we kind of rewind it and tell how we even got here. And that's when we also we learn that Cruella is Sophie's step something, I don't know, because I will talk about theories here when we get to the end of it, because they did kind of confuse this, but I think that they're trying to throw us off for another reason, but we'll talk about that. But anyway, Cruella, for whatever reason, don't like Sophie. You can tell that from the moment that we meet her that she doesn't like her. Even when they accidentally bump into each other at the ball, you can just feel the energy, and she didn't even know who she was, but she was just still just rude. But when we get back to their home and we learn that, you know, she's serving her, and they're talking about Benedict, and she's already got her eye on Benedict for her daughter, the one that she liked, because clearly she got a daughter she liked and she got a daughter she don't really care too much about. What are your thoughts over Cruella? Like, what was your first impression over her, Candy?
I said, who is this evil, menacing, the lady with a menacing look on her face? Like, why is she looking like that? And then you introduce your daughters, like you put one of them on a pedestal, one with Roseman, but then you know, oh, here go Posey. Yeah. It's like, you know, you pushing your children out there and you pushing yourself out there. And, you know, I haven't been down because, you know, my husband passed away, the first one and the second one. I'm like, did you take the man out, girl? Because you could be evil. I really believe something ain't right with you. But she just seems like she's a wannabe, a try hard. She's not really of any substance at all. It's just like she's faking whatever it is going on. She is the Cruella de Vil of Bridgerton.
I think so.
I don't like her.
See, what do you think about Cruella, Lady Penwood?
Yeah, when we first, with the flashback, when we first saw her and the way that she looked at Sophie, I was like, oh yeah, she is not gonna be kind to this little girl no matter what. And then is she worse than Cruella de Vil? She oh God, don't let me cuss at the lady. But it was always, to me, there was always a side eye with me with her. Like I said, just the initial reaction to the way she looked at Sophie was enough to show me that she wasn't gonna give a darn about this little girl whenever the time came. And then, like Candy mentioned about she came in 2 husbands in, the third husband gone. Are you the Black Widow? You walk around with black all the time. Are you the one taking these men out? Like, what is going on? And how are they being fooled enough to marry you again? Like, who keep wanting to marry you? It was so confusing. She clearly didn't, anyway, she didn't have all the funds that she needed, which is why we'll get into predictions or speculations later on. But yeah, I just didn't care for her. And I felt, since you got the picture up here real quick, I felt sorry for Rosalind and Posey. Not so much as Rosalind, because she was just a meanie. But Posey, you know, I had a little empathy for her, because you can't help who your mama is.
Rosemary act like her mama.
Exactly. She acted just like her mama, which was my next question. What was y'all first impression of these two? Because this is 2 new characters as well, Rosamund and Posey. I personally like Posey. Rosamund, I feel like she is a product of her environment, and Posey, for some reason, did not get bit by that bug. Definitely different. Candy.
Yeah, when the mama introduced them, she said Roseman's name. She didn't even say Posey's name. So you could tell she really doesn't even care for Posey like that. And she knows Posey is a little lighthearted and she's not evil like Rosamund, so she really don't fool with her too tight. It's just because when she asked the girl to, you know, do his shoes, she asked for her and Rosamund. She didn't say anything about Posey. I said, well, damn, do Posey got shoes? or she wearing their hand-me-downs, because
right.
How you want them to shine your shoes and not your other child? Like, I don't know. That lady is nasty, okay? Posey. I need Posey to go on with Sophie and figure something else out, okay? And they can break down what's really going on in that household.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna talk a little bit about the backstory. So of course we always need to go ahead.
I said she was so cute.
And she was. She really is. This
Mhm.
show is cute.
Mhm.
We always need a good backstory. I think Tika and I kept asking for a backstory. Can we get the backstory? Can we get the backstory? Because why? We need this backstory. We need to know where this comes from. And we still don't have a fully flushed out backstory just yet, but we do have a little bit. We learned that, of course, Cruella, aka Penwood, she was Lee at first. Her and Penwood, which is Sophie's, and I'm put this in quotation marks, father, meet and at some point, and now she's come there, they're getting married or whatever. She brings in two kids. Notice that the kids name are Lee, so of course this is her previous husband's kids, because it's Rosamund Lee and Posey Lee, right? And his name is Penwood. So she brings in two children. When we meet her, he introduces her to the staff and all the things, and then she sees Sophie. And mind you, the staff tells Sophie, don't, call him father in front of the new Lady Penwood, right? And I thought that was weird from the jump, but she's standing there right with the staff like everybody else. And then he skips over her. And then she actually brings it to the attention, like, who is this cutie? She all smiling until she found out when he said that she was his ward. And I was like, okay. And I think this is where we start to get the speculations when he says ward. But we also hear her call him father as well, right? So, and we'll dive into that just a little bit more a little bit later. So, right at that moment, her entire thing changed. We have moments where she's taking her out of dance, which is why Sophie can't dance, because she's taken her out of the activities that most, because we, like Tika talked about earlier, like their thing is like they're basically bred to marry. Like that's what they are supposed to do. And all of the things that would make her a lady, all the things that she's supposed to be learning, like what Hyacinth has been going through, she's taken her out of all this stuff. She knew before, she knew from the jump that she never was going to treat this girl like, she was never going to treat her like who she was supposed to be. And then when we get to the funeral, she says, listen, I talked to the solicitor, and yeah, he didn't leave you nothing. And I promise you, I do not believe that at all. But that's where we are, and that's how we get her into this servitude role, is because she is supposed to be his mistress's child, which means that she doesn't technically get a title because she is a mistress's child. Doesn't matter that she's his child, but because she's a mistress's child, she doesn't get a title, is what she's being told. Candy, what are your thoughts about the backstory that we have so far?
I appreciate the way they gave it to us. It didn't give us a lot, but it gave us just enough to know that this lady is a gutter snipe. She's garbage, she's trash, and I don't feel nothing for her. I don't care why she's doing what she's doing. The way she looked at that child when we saw her, I was like, oh, you just being evil. So you can bring your two crumb snatchers, but he can't have a child. And it was like she didn't even want him to have a child. Or either he didn't even tell her he had one.
He did.
But it's like she didn't even want him to even have nothing at all, but just her and her two little snot rags. And but I appreciate the staff, how they were there. You could tell how they were looking at her like, we care for you, we're gonna have your back. And we see it, in the beginning of this episode 1, how they still had her back, even as I don't know how old she is, but in her older age, that they still have her back. So she does have a lot of great people around her. But this one lady here is just why is she here, Ike? And then you gonna tell me my mama was a mistress? And was my mama really a mistress? We don't know. Hopefully we'll find out later on. But you gonna tell my daddy didn't leave me nothing? My father didn't leave me anything, and we know he more than likely did. We just got to find it. Because why would you tell me that at the gravesite? And then you're gonna tell me, well, I'm gonna take care of you, I'm gonna keep you, I'm gonna feed you, I'm gonna clothe you, but you're gonna work as my maid. This lady, why she ain't fall in the hole?
What that sound like? It sounded like some Miss Millie stuff, didn't it?
Yes. You want to be my
You
maid?
want to be my maid?
Hell,
your kids are so clean. You want to be my maid?
like they supposed to be clean. Like, what you mean? But yeah, this lady is terrible. She's disgusting, and I don't know how this man passed away, but I can feel that she did something to him, because I just feel like she did something to this man.
I believe you. I felt the same way. I'm like, hey, this man might. I don't know how this man died, but I don't believe he died of just regular natural causes.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't
But
get
I'm
stoned
glad
by
she
no bitch.
has those people, that village around her that knows how to treat her right, to be there for her.
Oh, and while I'm thinking of bees, disrespectful Bridgerton, so disrespectful. Don't do that no more. Okay, Tika, your your thoughts over this whole backstory?
Okay, deep breath. Sorrows, prayers. I am blaming this father, uncle, daddy, pretend whoever he is to Sophie. I'm blaming him because he allowed Gargamel, uh, uh, he allowed this woman to come into his kingdom, his house, his household, and treat Sophie the way that she was treated. I feel like he could have put all that to an end by saying, no, we're going to treat her as if she is our own, but he didn't. So whatever the power of her pee that she gave to that man that allowed him to allow her to treat Sophie the way that she did, I don't like that. I'm glad they gave us a little bit of a backstory, but I need them to rework that backstory, wrap that thing, flip it up, and give us the real, like really break it down to us and help us understand, because it's not clear as to who Sophie really is. And Cruella has definitely spent all of Sophie's money, which is why she's trying to hurry up and get one of these girls married off to somebody else who has a little change running around. So again, I don't have any respect for Cruella. She can go away. The backstory, I like that they gave us a little bit, but I need just a little bit more. More.
She
Like
got a little
Pac-Man. Give me some more. Okay.
And
okay.
and one more thing, the way she just took away Sophie's, like, who she is, you made her feel like she could be nothing but a maid. Like, because she doesn't, because her mama was a mistress. I mean, I don't know how the things work. I guess you gotta have status on both sides, but the way she made her feel like she was nobody, like you can be nothing more than a maid, that just really like grinds my gears. It's
like Game of Thrones, girl.
And you worked me for 5 people. I was working, and your child, never mind.
But for free. Keep in mind,
for
she was
free.
doing all of this for free. She was not getting a salary or a wage. She was just getting a place to live, which is crazy because it was already her own place to live. You can't tell me otherwise. This ain't her place. But yeah, we got the maid wars came out of all this. So at some point, it gets to a breaking point, and this is when, honestly, it don't really get to a breaking point. It gets to the point when Cruella realizes who the object of Benedict's affection is, who this lady is that they've been looking for, because Benedict want to know who the chick is with the silver glove. He, in Cinderella, they had the shoe. In Bridgerton, they got the silver glove, and he want to know who this woman is that he had this connection with. And when Cruella realizes that it's none other than Sophie, she caused this whole big ruckus, and then she ends up telling her to leave. And Sophie had a really good question. She was like, "Why did you keep me here all this time?" And I'm gonna answer that because for some reason there is something up in there that say that she had to still be in there. For whatever reason, I feel like there is a major reason why she never left her at the orphanage or any of that stuff, right? I feel like there's a reason for it. And then at this point, because Sophie ain't never caused no ruckus, ain't never did, she feel like she can just do whatever she want to do now. But I don't know, y'all. I could be wrong on that. But the point is that she caused this maid wars. We get the maid wars. The maid wars is where she poached all these people's workers because she lost Sophie. And now everybody is going to different places, and it's just a whole hot mess. But I want to point out very specifically that the Featherington's maid has also been they're trying to poach her as well. So we gotta move past this, and then we'll come back to this in a second. I want to talk about Hyacinth and Eloise. I don't know if I spelled her name right, but I want to talk about Hyacinth and Eloise because Hyacinth is really coming to her own on this particular season. She's growing up. She's ready to get out there. Okay. She reminds me of Daphne so much in the sense of she wants to be a wife really, really badly. Like, this is what she has been raised for, and this is what she wants to do. We know Eloise decided that she was going to be a spinster, even though she doesn't get to decide that, but that's what she wanted to do. What are y'all thoughts just over Hyacinth and Eloise and the growth that we're at right now? Because we've watched them since season 1. And how do you feel about them at this very moment? And what do you think about just the growth of these two characters? Candy, I'll start with you and then Tika.
Ooh, Hyacinth, child, Haya. Okay, that heifer was at the party, baby. Okay, and Eloise was like, no, ma'am, you need to go on the stairs because I ain't finna get in trouble for you. You know, it was Hyacinth wanted to see what was going on, what the people had, you know, what the parties were all about. You know, I did see her in the earlier seasons, you know. They were, well, they wouldn't. It was this season. Was it this? I didn't watch all the season back over. So she's been groomed or trained to grow up and read all the, you know, she's a reader. She, you know, she goes to dance class. She takes those etiquette classes, you know. So she's already being prepared. But I don't know if she is going to go the route her mama wants her to go. I can feel her wanting to veer off on her own, in a way. Eloise don't want to do nothing. She just want to, she said she want to be on the shelf or something. Yeah. She just want to chill. She don't want to do nothing. She just want to be Eloise. Sister. Leave me alone. I'm good over here. I hang out with my brother every now and again and to be his, you know, his wingman, to find his home, find Sophie, find his little boo. But I don't want to do anything. I'm good. They just, like I said, I think it's changing and they don't want to do what they mama. They're on two different ends of it. Hyacinth, whatever her name is, she wants to find it, but she wants to do it the way she wants to do it. And I don't think Eloise want to do it at all.
Yeah, Eloise don't want that. Yeah. Tika, what are your thoughts over these two and the growth that we've seen from them from season 1 to now?
I mean, I see it a little bit different. I think that Hyacinth does want all of the things. She wants to be a wife. She understands her role in the Bridgerton family. She understands that, you know, my job is to become somebody's wife. And she wants the classes. She's willingly, you know, going to all of the classes and doing all the things. But since Eloise decided that she was going to become a spinster, Mama said, okay, well, I got something for you. If you're not going to just obey and do what you're supposed to do to try to find you a mate, because, you know, Eloise has been on the market for 3 seasons and baby, ain't nobody, you know, hooked her up yet. And, you know, she had her man at the printer. I don't see why. I hate this class thing. I'm sorry, I'm digressing, but I hate this whole class system where you can't marry somebody unless they have class. She would have had a man, had Penelope, here we go with Penelope again, had not blown up her spot and messed up the fact that she was going to visit Mr. Paperman. Anyway, so Hyacinth, I think she wants to, you know, be in that world, but I digressed and I said that to say that because Eloise does not want to live that life, she doesn't want the husband so far or the traditional way. Mama said, okay, well, you're gonna be a babysitter. You're gonna take Hyacinth to all of her classes, all of her lessons, and maybe, just maybe, you'll pick up something, you know, while you're there. And so she realizes when they're doing the whole table settings that she's gonna have to sit next to one of her old disgusting uncles. And so, you know, I just found that part to be funny, but I don't know what it's gonna take for Eloise to change. I don't see her changing in any future seasons. I think she just wants to be a spinster, and, you know, she might not have a choice after so long. But Mama said, you gonna marry somebody. You getting up out of my house.
Okay, you guys to go. You know, my take on Eloise is that we saw that she's capable of falling for someone. We saw that with the young man. And I think it's gonna be just that. It's gonna be somebody who completely takes her by surprise. Sort of like the way Benedict is. Benedict is a loner and wants to do his thing. Benedict is out there, y'all. Benedict want to be out there, okay? He for them streets. But he found somebody in this moment of meeting that makes him not want to necessarily be in the streets like that, okay? And I think that's how it is for Eloise. I think she's just going to have to find that person. So right now she's fighting it because that's what they want. She wants to go against the grain at every single turn. I want to do this. I don't want to do that because just because they say that's what I'm supposed to do, I don't want to. And I think love is just going to find her when she's fighting it. As far as Hyacinth is concerned, I feel like Hyacinth is every bit of a Daphne. Daphne knew that she was meant to be married, just like Francesca, but Francesca is just different. I feel like Hyacinth is just like Daphne. I can't wait to go do this. I'm going straight up. I'm going to go find me a husband. I'm about to go decorate my house. Like in her mind, she's about to go do all these things. She's just ready to jump in there. And I think it's so interesting how much these kids have grown. We've literally watched them grow up over the last 4 seasons so far. Right. So it's kind of interesting because Gregory is taller. They all have grown.
Gregory got hair on the chin.
Okay. We gotta talk about Francesca and Kilmartin because Francesca, this is when we get into pinnacles, y'all. Listen, that's what they call it in here. That's what we gonna call it, pinnacles. Okay. Because Francesca say she ain't never hit the pinnacle. She just up in there laying on her back, just oohing and eyeing and doing all the things. But she ain't never hit the. She don't know what's supposed to happen. Let's say it like that. She ain't know what's supposed to happen. She just know that this is what they doing. And clearly Kilmartin has been holding back because of, he's trying to be respectful of her and he's trying to do all that. He's a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? So he's been holding it back and He ain't trying to jump her bones every minute. He wasn't pulling no Duke, okay? He wasn't being like the Duke was, or Anthony, because y'all know Anthony, he hot too.
On the stairwell, everywhere.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's how you're supposed to do it, Kilmartin anyway. But anyway, he is totally different, right? And when Francesca, we start to have these conversations about what's supposed to happen and all these things. And so Penn is, tries to tell her out of all the people, Penn is the only one that's being really honest with her because once again, Violet has put these babies out here, put these kids out here, and they don't know nothing. Okay, they don't have a clue about what's supposed to happen. And it's the same thing with Francesca. And so Penn explains to her what's supposed to happen. And now she want it, right? She want it. And it was so funny. When she does the fake thing, oh, John. And he like, girl, you ain't got to do all that for me. You ain't even got to do all that. And the way he explains it, though, about how he feels. And with John, he loved this woman, y'all. He loved this woman right here. He loved him as a Francesca. And I believe she loves him, too. And we'll talk about the other thing later. But Tika, what are your thoughts just on Francesca and Kilmartin and this season where we're finding them in this space where they're exploring each other a little bit more and Francesca is kind of trying to find her rhythm sexually?
Listen, I feel for Francesca, but I feel for Kilmartin because you got somebody that you're laying on top of, you got your hand down there, and she faking the funk like you really giving it to her, like you really doing the do, and you ain't doing nothing, sir. You ain't hitting it right. So I need Violet to go on and quit playing and tell her children the truth. But I guess because Violet ain't had her pinnacle in so long, she forgot that she needed to include that in the story of these young ladies. If we gonna be doing a duel with these people that we're marrying to, we need to receive some pleasure too. And we need to understand how we're receiving this pleasure. I need Violet to talk to her children because poor Hyacinth gonna be screwed up when it's her turn if we waiting on her darn mama to tell her anything. So I love that he loves her. I love that he was willing to take the time. He recognized that, hey, am I really doing it for you? Because he even asked her earlier, am I really, are you reaching your pinnacle? Oh yeah, I'm reaching my pinnacle, girl. You don't even know what a pinnacle is.
I have no clue.
No clue. But I just love that, he still, took the time because he realized my wife over here faking the funk. Let me talk to her and see what she knows, what she doesn't know, how she feels. And she tried to jump his bones in the tea room and he was like, oh, I like that. But I didn't, like you said, EJ, he didn't want to be man freaked me, but he didn't want to be too much of a freak, and then she gets scared off when in actuality that's probably what it really needed to do. But anyway,
she said, listen, I want it too. Like you can tell that she's open to the exploration of it all. And I think that that's what makes this storyline so interesting, is because it's like something about somebody that's so shy and so timid, and they're trying to find themselves in this particular aspect. I don't know. I love it. Candy?
Oh, they so dry. I don't know. I think they lack communication, and maybe that's a society thing that they can't really express themselves a certain way. So you just take the bare minimum and not tell him that you're not happy or that you want something else. And then you don't. I don't know. I think it's just maybe a society thing, and then she's afraid to talk to him. She does seek counsel from her mother, but hell, the bumblebee stung that man, and he been gone a long time ago when they were children. So she ain't had a pinnacle in forever, so she don't even know how to describe it to her. And then Penelope ain't help her out enough, because if Penelope's so hard to draw, she do it in a horse carriage, in the washroom, in the shower. She hunch anywhere, so she can't even tell her how to be intimate and how to reach her pinnacle, because she get her. Penelope handles her own business, so it don't matter to her. She can't explain it. But I just wish I wish them the best in what they have going on, and I don't know. I'm like Tamika, I don't give a damn. I don't care about these people. I was just talking. I don't know. I don't care.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Francesca and Kill Martin. I care about y'all. I love this storyline though. I really do love it. And I think she's gonna hit the pinnacle. I think it's
What
just
do you love?
I love the way that I love the way that she's so shy. I love the way that Kill Martin is so patient with her, and he's so kind with her, and he's just like, because he knows that she's not hitting her pinnacle. He knows that. And I think and when you think about it, it's because she doesn't know that she's supposed to hit the pinnacle. Like, that's what makes it so interesting, is that once again, we're in this society where nobody's saying, like, they're not having conversations about what's supposed to happen when you go and do this, but yet they have bred them to be married and have children, but they haven't told them. It's like everybody's having to find out about the pleasure side of it once they get into it, because Penelope the same way with Colin. She didn't know what was supposed to happen. Colin talked her through that thing. I was like, okay, Colin, don't talk her through it then. But it feels like Kill Martin is trying to protect Francesca because he doesn't want to he don't want to push it. So he's just trying to be really kind about it. But I think now that she's giving him the green light, we'll see how it go or whatnot. But I really do like these two. I like old Kill Martin. And
question. So who was Francesca with before Kill Martin? Because I done forgot.
Nobody.
Okay, so she's not the one. See, I done mixed her up. She ain't the one that was with the fine boy in the first season.
Girl, no.
Because I'm like, girl, you know
Daphne.
That's Daphne.
Oh, and I just watched all the seasons like a week or so ago. But okay,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
never mind.
Do it to you, and they look so much alike. So
Thank you. Okay, because I'm like, she know how to. All right.
Now this is Francesca is the one that you never saw, because Francesca, they always talk about her, but you never see her. You never seen her until last season. That's the first time that we ever saw her. But for season 1 and 2, all they talked, she was gone, but they did talk about her all the time. So let's move on to Marcus and Violet, because Marcus and Violet have had this tension coming between them for a while now. Violet wants that man, and that man is fine. Marcus, darling, is fine as hell, okay? Marcus is fine. And that man want her. I said, if y'all don't scooch on in there, if you don't, you better touch that man. Touch him, okay? Violet is looking fine, y'all. I don't care what. Violet is fine. She is looking good. Okay, she up there looking in the mirror, looking at her break. Girl, You look good. You look good. And he wants you. And I love this for them. I just love these two together. I was like, when they first introduced the thought of this, when we first kind of saw this coming about, I was like, this is going to be a great thing because she's been looking for love for her children, wanting her children to find love, and she's trying to get all of them situated. But at the end of the day, she has never really allowed herself to open back up after losing her husband because that was her true love. And I get it. It could be disappointing to have your true love and be treated a certain way because this is a person that's your soulmate, and then get with somebody else and is not the same. Like I get why she's hesitant, but I'm glad that she's opening up, and I hope Marcus really, really lives up to the anyway, Candy. What you think about Marcus and Violet?
Can I take you down? Girl, I'm about to take you down and show you what I'm about.
Okay.
Don't stop.
Listen.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I need Violet. I hope Marcus took her down and took her through there because Violet ain't had it. It's been okay. It's been a minute. That man died. The bumblebee stung him a long time ago. Like I keep saying. And she ain't had nobody.
Y'all,
and I need
Marcus. Disrespectful.
I need Marcus.
You and Bridgerton.
I need Marcus to take her through there, okay? Nice and gentle, not like oh boy, but I need you to, make sure she get there. Talk her through it.
She said, we're gonna talk about that in a minute, but she said, he said we can take it slow. She said, hell no.
She done been slow before. It's been slow for years, 20 plus years. She said, no, break my back in. I want you to break the bed, okay?
Okay, that part. But I got a whole slide for that. We'll get into that.
I'm ready. I'm ready for them. I like them together. They like each other. They've been liking each other for a long time. And they just so smitten with one another, how they just touch the leg and the hand and it's just so cute for adults. Like these are real adults. These are not 20 and 30-year-olds. These are real older
grown folks.
Grown. And I just like the way they are courting on the low or however. It's just like, it's so cute. But I want to see Marcus back. I want to see all the muscles in his back next episode.
Okay, because they did show us Mundrick's back, and I was like, listen,
right.
Yeah, it's okay. That's cute and everything. But I want to see Marcus back.
I want to see his back because we saw his buns, but I want to see his back. Like EJ said, I like a strong back.
A strong back, girl. Something about a strong back is just necessary.
Yeah. And she deserves it. She's been working hard, getting them children bread, make them had their kids and stuff, make sure they get married, and she be running behind Benedict. Listen, she needs somebody to take
break
up it.
Yeah, she deserves a strong. She deserves it. Tika, what are your thoughts about Marcus and Violet? Their love story that we see brewing.
Okay, so listen, call me messy, but Lady Danbury said, since I messed with your daddy, I'm gonna hook you up with my brother. I mean, I was almost your stepmama, so in the meantime, I'm gonna just go ahead and hook you up with my brother, and that's gonna be that'll be my retribution for my cardinal sin of getting it in with your daddy. Your daddy was good, but anyway, I digress. So I love the chemistry. It is obvious they like each other. I love the courting. I love the, we people don't court like this anymore. They don't just go and sit and talk. They ready to jump straight into the bed. And even though she want to get straight in the bed, they're doing it kind of slow. She's being respectful about the whole situation. She's acknowledging that she got kids and, we can't be doing this. We can't be kicking it in the house around the kids like that, but we can sit and talk like two adults. And so, I'm not mad at it. I love this for them, shout out to Marcus.
About that, Marcus, disrespect me, disrespect my ass.
She say she want to serve some tea, okay?
She's a lady, hot tea, okay? She a lady for right now. When we get to that next slide, though, she gonna be a whole different type of lady, okay?
Listen, bust it down.
Girl.
Bust down. Thought you
All right, we got to move on to Alice Mundrick, and she's going to be the new lady in waiting. So, of course, Tika touched on this earlier when she was saying that basically Lady Danbury said, "Listen, I'm gonna find you another lady in waiting, okay? Because I got to go, and I'm gonna find you somebody else." And this is who she decides to find because she realizes that she does exactly what she does to the queen, to her. She gives her that pushback. Like, she, even though Lady Danbury is her elder and she's been in this world and she hasn't been in there as much, she still gives her that pushback. Like, just because you've been a lady longer than me, listen, whatever. And she liked that about her, and she figured that this would be something that was good for the queen. So I like this part. I really did like it. And I'm glad that Lady Danbury told her, basically, you're good enough, because it felt like Alice didn't believe she was good enough for this particular position and didn't realize that it was an honor to be able to be a lady in waiting for the queen, and that this is how you serve your country, you know, and because that's what Lady Danbury did. And now that she served her country, she wants to go. But we're going to talk about Sophie and Ben, y'all. Sophie and Ben, because now there is a such thing as a Sophie and a Ben, right? They bump back into each other when Benedict is out here at this country house, and you can know how I feel about that country house. Something right up, something that country house, something going on over there, y'all.
Also times 10.
Girl, that part. But he sees her out there. He helps with a situation because these men are doing the absolute most. They out there being disgusting. But he also helped her lose her job all at the same time. And he got her a job. So he did all of the things, helped her lose it, got her a job. But they spend some time together when a storm comes and Benedict ends up getting hurt and she nurses him back to health. Tika, talk to me about this scene and what you thought about it, or just this overall thing, the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for Sophie, Benedict would be up out of there. You know, he got a little cut on the rib cage area, and it got infected. But she knew what to do to care for him. Of course, Miss Crabtree was like, "Oh no, let me do it." You know, because Miss Crabtree was like a mama to him. She been, you know, taking care of him all this time at this country house, which they pulled up in the rain, thinking that it was a cottage. He called it a cottage, and it said my cottage, but the cottage looked like a freaking estate, a large estate. And so anyway, you know, so they didn't have a way. Benedict, where your key at, bruh? Benedict didn't have a way to get in the house, so Sophie done jigger rigged some stuff and got into the house, and so he's impressed by that. But then he goes and gets in the bed, and he's, you know, ready to rest, but he having an effed up night because he hurt, and that little cut or whatever he had on his body was getting infected. So she saved him, like, you know, she saved him. She cleaned it up, watched him, stayed in the room with him on the chair. I would have gotten that bag so quick. But she sat in the chair while he was in the bed, and she just watched him, made sure until the Crabtrees finally came back and cast judgment a little bit. But then he told her, "Look, this is somebody who is considered a guest, and we're gonna treat her as such." Now, why you in the lake swimming butt behind naked? Being you're doing so much. You want the girl to see your goods, so we want to see your goods too. But anyway, you know, the connection was there. It's been there, but I'm just like, bruh, you can't tell that's the same chick that you've been kissing on at the freaking ball, at the masquerade ball. Look at the lips, like look at the cheekbones, look at her, look into her eyes. But unfortunately, he couldn't put two and two together. But you know, we're gonna get to I don't know if you got another slide for what he asked her to be at the end. He really gonna yeah, I'm gonna cuss him out when we get there then. Okay, but yeah, I mean, in the meantime though, in between time, they will make an amazing couple because Benedict actually sees somebody that he could actually see himself with.
Yeah, I thought that this was really cute or whatever. And yeah, I too was like, why can't you see it, Benedict? Why can't you see it? But there is a moment when I rewatched it where he says that it's been so long that he really can't remember. And I think that's the reasoning why he's not putting it together just yet. This was not supposed to be in here. Sorry, y'all.
And he did pull up already drunk, so you're right.
That's true. At some point, Benedict does realize that he really wants to find this lady, and now he done enlisted his mama. We got, of course, we had Lady Mondridge. Everybody is trying to find Wilson now. Everybody trying to find this lady. Like, we really serious about trying to find her. We think we find her. Turns out we really didn't find her. And then after him and Sophie are in these close quarters together with each other so much, she just like, look, I can't do this. You can't keep treating me like this, and then we have to go back to this, because the way that he acted when she popped up, when the little girl was over there, and she was like, we can't do this. So he say, look, I'm gonna go. And then that's when we get him to leave. So now he said, bump that lady in the silver. I'm done with it. I'm out of here. Right. I'm out of here. And we talked about this already, so we don't even have to talk about this no more when we were searching for the pinnacle. I'm sorry, that's so funny to me. But we are going to talk about this. We're going to talk about Michaela, because Michaela shows back up. Last season, we saw Michaela pop up, Candy. And Michaela, Francesca was looking at her like, I said, wait a minute, did she marry the wrong person? What is happening here? What's going on? And we learned that over at when they were in, Scotland, when they were in Scotland, that she really tried to stay away from her, right? We learned that there's something, and we know what it is. We know that 9 times out of 10 that Michaela probably gonna be the one to make her hit that pinnacle, but I don't know. I think that's what's gonna happen. But what did you think about Michaela popping up and Francesca's reaction?
Francesca was like, she's seen a ghost child. She was like, oh, why is she here? Why is she here? I was like, okay, I remember this. And I don't think they're going to be able to explore it unless they do it privately. And then I thought that was his sister, but that's his cousin. I thought it was his sister.
Cousin, yeah,
and I didn't realize it was his cousin till I heard him say it again when I listened to it again today. But yeah, I don't know, baby. Send her to Eloise. I don't know.
Why keeping that on Eloise?
I think Eloise, like, I don't think she like the fellas like that. But I don't know how we're gonna explore this, what we're gonna do with this. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. But when she saw her, she saw a ghost, and she was like, what the like, why? And
maybe that's what she gonna have to do. Think about Michaela while she. Never mind, that's not right.
But it's gonna have to be him touching the right spots, because see, Michaela gonna be touching stuff. Maybe he ain't touching stuff. Maybe his hands too rough. He need a loofah and a scrub, because Michaela's hands are soft and delicate, and when he get to touching and patting,
oh my God,
Michaela gonna touch and pat stuff the right way, and it's gonna be soft and gentle. But
my Jesus,
he gonna have to. Maybe he gonna need a go out there and do something with them hands, because. Listen, Michaela might teach him something though. Go ahead. Never mind.
I don't know. I really do. I don't really think that is Kilmartin. I think that Francesca is in her own way of this pinnacle, which we know that many women can be in their own way of the pinnacle, because she says that she feels the sensation, she feels all the things, which tells me that he's doing something right, because she's feeling what she's supposed to feel, but she's just not able to go there, or she hasn't quite hit it just yet. So I think that at some point, I don't know, but I'm gonna come back to this in a minute. I'm curious to see what you got to say see how you feel about Michaela popping up.
I mean, they familiar with each other. She where you come from? Like, how you even get here? First of all, your man in the horse coach or whatever, already drunk, and why are you, again, what Candy said, why are you here, Ike? But I feel like the way that the way that Francesca looked at her, it reminds me of that moment where her mother Violet was talking to her about when she saw her husband, and she kind of froze, and it was like Francesca did the same thing when she saw Michaela. So clearly, and you said we're gonna get to it, but clearly they're familiar if they haven't already crossed that bridge, because you can kind of do whatever you want in other places and people not know why was she in Bath for so long. why were you away from your family? Did you and Michaela know each other and y'all just faking the funk like y'all don't? And so anyway, yeah, it's something. It's
I got
something.
some theories. Okay, I'm not mad at that. Pinnacles and mistresses, Candy. Listen, pinnacles was getting thrown around all the way around. Okay, Sophie done tried to hit her pinnacle by herself, and clearly she know that she's supposed to explore. Daphne didn't know she was supposed to touch herself, but listen, Sophie said, "Listen, I know that if I touch myself, this is gonna happen." But it wasn't working for her. So Benedict and her bump into each other because they get the knife out. She get the night off because Violet is out here trying to be fast and trying to be grown and sexy, and I'm not mad at it. But she ended up bumping into Benedict because Benedict is like, "Look, I think I know what I gotta do." This fool get over here and get to touch it and feel it and say, "Will you be my mistress?" I said, Benedict, I get it, but at the same time, I don't know. What you think, Candy?
You know how the record be playing, and then all of a sudden the little child run through this. When he said mistress, that threw the whole vibe off. Like the club, we in the club jumping, and somebody knocked the cord out, and then it's like, oh Lord. Mistress it's like a poisonous word to her spirit, because that heifer done told her mama was a mistress. The heifer told her mama was nobody. She was worthless. She was nothing. She wasn't from nowhere, and she was a maid, and that was it. She was a mistake because her mama was a mistress. So that word is like poison. For you to tell me, and we've been together for however long, having fun, we've been vibing and feeling each other, and I know who you are from the mask,
but you don't know who I am. Yeah.
But you want me to be your mistress? That's what I'm lowered to, a mistress. Not even let's explore what we can be, what we can go on. Let's just see what's going on. You gave me a title, and that's mistress. I think that's lower than what the cat drug under the porch.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I get why he asked her to be a mistress. I mean, we're in a society where there are certain things that have to happen. He has to think about his family. Like when he does something, the whole families are affected in this particular world that they're in. So he can't just go and marry the maid. Like that's not like how this works in their society. He has to find somebody who is noble, you know what I'm saying, a lady or whatever. Like, it has to be somebody like that. So we know that has to happen, but it just felt so dirty the way he said it. Gosh, it just stung. Tika.
It was like somebody spit in your face, like, oh,
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, if she was about to reach that pinnacle, she definitely that went all the way out the window when he decided to use the word mistress. And the Bridgertons have been known for playing by their own games or playing by their own rules anyway. So one more scandal wouldn't hurt. Go ahead and marry her, and then the people just gonna take what they take. They're gonna, you might. I mean, you gonna get a good love story because you got Penelope on your side. She in the family. She learned her lesson about talking bad about y'all. So she's gonna put for once a whatever his title, Viscount has decided to marry a common maid, but she could write it so pretty that it won't damage the family too bad. So when he called her he asked her to be his 304, that was a no-go, sir. I was almost to the peak of my pinnacle, and when you use that word mistress, and just like Candy said, mistress has a very bad connotation, a bad definition for her. She don't want to be a mistress. Benedict, get someone and sit down. Like, just go away. Go. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here, because how dare you? I've nurtured you back to health. I've been your friend. I've listened to you. I've encouraged you, and this is all I'm good enough for. So yeah, he was garbage. And for those of y'all that didn't catch my minute and something video, I already let y'all know how I felt about him. He's garbage for was trying to take her down just to be in the mistress. She's way better than that.
But we
Yeah.
know that she's way better than that.
Mhm.
And we know that she's really a lady in theory. Like we know that she really has some title or whatnot. But again, we saw what happened the last time when Scandal hit. They wouldn't even speak to them. And everything is based upon reputation in this particular world. And right now, the Bridgertons, they are the Bridgertons, for crying out loud. So I don't know if they can afford a whole nother Scandal, but I mean, it is what it is. And Anthony had a mistress. Mistresses aren't uncommon. Even what's his name said, he was like, many people have mistresses. I don't want no mistress because he know better. He know better than try to go have a mistress. I'm talking about Mundrick. He like, I don't want no mistress. Even Colin was like, he didn't want a mistress, but we know that they are very common to have, because you don't always love the person that you marry in this world. They marry for titles, for noble stuff. Like they marry for all the wrong reasons. And you may not, the person that you love may be somebody who ain't got no doggone title. And that's the person that you love. So that's the best she can be is the mistress. And it just hurt because Sophie we know that she's a lady. Like we know who she is, but he don't know who she is. And we like, don't be asking her to be no damn mistress. Benedict, what is happening?
Right. Just don't ask me to be nothing.
Okay. Listen, pinnacles have been reached.
Oof, child.
Sorry, hold on.
I'm ready. Okay.
Accidentally got up in there. It just accidentally just did. I'm gonna sit it right there. I'm laying it right there. Pinnacles have been reached.
Yes.
I can't stop laughing at myself. Pinnacles have been reached, right? I can't even get it out.
Why is man ass chickens on the screen at this moment though?
Listen,
because
listen, just like Aldous, not Aldous, the man in Paradise, when he was in that shower, I said, oh, he's been in the gym.
Jesus.
Mark has been in the gym.
Yes, he have, girl.
Heavenly Father.
Keep me on the cross.
Okay.
Listen, it wasn't supposed to make it to the slide, but it made it to the slide. I'm sorry, it made it there.
Very much, very much. So make me want to work on my squats.
Bounce a coin off that thing.
Okay. Listen, okay. Violet said she don't even know how to sit, y'all. She said, hold on, let me figure what happened. He came there, he said, yeah, she told me that the tea was gonna be up here. She said, yes, I am the tea. Okay, Violet, yes, that's right, girl. You the tea.
Part.
You the tea. He said, we can take it slow. Cause he started walking over there real fast. I said, wait a minute, hold up. I need you to get that slow Morris chestnut walk. Don't come over there too fast. I want to be able to savor this thing. She said, bump all that. Listen, we got to take this thing fast. Take them clothes off. I said, well, okay, Violet.
Violet said she don't know how long them children gonna be going, how them servants gonna be. She
right.
You.
Okay, that part.
And I done waited 20-some years when that man got stung by that bee. Okay.
Girl. when she dropped that picture down, I knew it was on. That's when I said, oh shit. She done
flipped Edmund's picture over. She said,
she want to be
right,
Ocean,
baby.
not the she want to be Ocean, not saying.
That part. Okay. Okay. Take it. What you think?
I loved her lingerie though. I loved that outfit.
It was gorgeous.
I was like, okay then. And I wanted a little more, but they gave us what they gave us. But we used our imaginations as to, he clearly put it down because she bust out laughing at the end after it was over with. She was like, oh, I want some more. And rolled back on over and got her some more. And he was excited and he was satisfied as well. He had a big old grin on his face, shirt, chest glistening, and all the things. And so yeah, I mean,
listen,
I'm glad
if you don't get a fine man, if you're gonna get somebody that's older, this is the older that you get. Okay,
fine.
Okay, this is older that you get. You don't get no damn what's his damn name?
Yeah, that was just wrong. They did her wrong.
Taking out wood teeth, looking like booger wolf
mold.
Okay. Yeah. This is what you go get. You don't just go because
I told you that's the gift. That was the gift. Lady Danbury said, I messed with your daddy, so here go my retribution. Here's my gift to you. Work it out.
Cause I know my brother hung like a donkey. Okay, I done seen him,
girl.
And then he dropped his pants in front of her, like, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
She said,
No, I ain't
"Ooh."
got none. No, I ain't got no underwear on. I ain't got
Okay.
none on.
Like, what was your draws, sir, Marcus?
Ain't got
What was
none.
your draws?
He said he took them things off with the. He
He
took
said
them
he
them
not wearing them
balloons
down to
off.
the knee boxers over
It
here.
was
No,
showing up free.
slanging and hanging. Okay.
He knew
She
what he
said,
came to get.
"Listen, Violet ain't seen nothing like this before, y'all. Y'all know she ain't seen nothing like that before. This is
Mm-mm.
different for her.
Yeah,
This is different."
it's
Oh my
healthy.
gosh. Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
So anyway, y'all, I don't even know if I spelled neighbors right. I think I spelled it wrong. But anyway, it don't matter. Meet the neighbors. They done moved in next to the Bridgerton. So this is definitely gonna be a problem. Because Sophie is next door. They think, they know who Sophie is, of course. And I know that there's gonna be some contention here. And I'm just kind of interested in how that's all gonna play out. We learned that Portia is the same old Portia. She ended up losing her maid when it was all said and done. Because why? Because you didn't want to pay her, and then you had the nerve to go buy yourself some new clothes and give her your old clothes. The ultimate disrespect. That broad ain't never gonna change. And then last but not least, Penn, she's still doing her thing. And I wanted to pose the question, do we forgive her? So any of these three things you guys can touch on. I'm gonna start with you, Candy, and you know, talk about it.
Do we forgive her? No, because she knew what she was doing, and she was lying about the things she did, and she was telling business and secrets and stuff she had no business telling. And you hurt a lot of people when you did that. We can't forget what you've done, so we can't. I ain't forgiving her. I wouldn't. No, no, because Eloise ain't got no man right now because of you. No, no, no.
You already done put Eloise in the rainbow, so
I
what you
did,
talking
but
about?
Eloise did have a prospect, and because he ain't up for what the society say, and what the status is, he pissed off about that. He told, he said, just because I'm not, a viscount or a lord or whatever, you can't be with me. That damn heifer done ruined my life. He was upset. Yeah, no, we can't forgive her because she meant to do what she did, and she did it for years. So no.
Okay. Any other thoughts over any of these other two
I
things?
hope everybody that worked for her leave. Her and them raggedy children stay there together, and Penelope can go back over there too. You gonna
Yeah,
get that lady
Penelope
that
said
old
she
sticker
living her
bra
best
dress.
Bridgerton life. Bump
You,
that.
you go get that lady that fuzzy dress from season 1. I said no. This dress
Ain't no
3-4
way.
years old. No, ma'am.
Ain't no way. I'm gonna be up here in this dress. What is happening here?
Yeah, there they
Yeah.
go.
Girl, that part.
Smile.
Tika, final thoughts over those last three, and then we'll do some predictions, and then we up out of here.
The devil in the black dress has moved next to the Bridgerton family. She wants to be a Bridgerton so bad. She wants the life of the Bridgertons. Why y'all let this devil move next to y'all? Violet, while you was in there getting your back broke, you should have been paying attention to who's moving next to you. I'm just saying, but this lady has poached everybody's housekeeping and staff and all those things. But I'm glad that Portia's maid went on over there. Even I don't know how good that situation really is gonna be, because where is Cruella getting this money from? Stealing behind. But anyway, we'll see further. Yeah, but I'm glad she left, because why you want to give me your, like you said, your dusty dresses that I can probably use as mops to clean up the floor with? Why would you give me something like that? All I did was ask you for a couple of extra dollars. It's been 20 years. You've been paying me 25 cents for 20 years, and you couldn't up it to 50 cent, up it to $1, just something to say, okay, I appreciate you. Here's this extra change, and maybe I can give you, even though I can't give you a consistent raise, maybe I can give you a bonus every 3 months or something like that. But she didn't give a dang, and then again had the caucasity to go and buy brand new dresses for herself and act like she wasn't gonna see them walking in with those brand new dresses. The disrespect was everything. Do I forgive Penelope? Hell to the no. Penelope and her little red hair can go to hell. She done betrayed the family way too much. It's gonna take a minute. I'm sorry. Can I use hell on it? Anyway, I don't use it already. But you know, I know it's already out there. But she just I cannot forgive Penelope. I don't know why Colin even married this person. Like, bruh, was that the only one you was really able to get it from? Because she betrayed you too. But okay, I'm gonna let you have your moment. She must know how to handle her business down there too, which is why you still with her. And I'll let you have that, Colin. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts.
Oh my goodness, dang, Piers, like you said, that's the only reason why. Listen, at the end of the day, you know, I know that I'm gonna end up forgiving Penelope. She did try to make some retribution. It's just gonna be really hard for me to ever get there, and I'm not there yet. Like, I'm just like, ugh, here we go again. But I feel like I'll get there at some point. And then as far as the other stuff is concerned, I mean, old May, I get why she left, but it's not going to be any better over here than it was over there. I'd probably rather be over there with the Feathertons getting paid less than dealing with Cruella, because Cruella, she horrible. So it is what it is. And she's probably going to play a part in something, like figuring out something over here, being nosy, going to learn some stuff. And, you know, maybe she'll bring it back to Portia. You know, Portia, you know, I don't know, because I don't trust Portia. I'm just done with Portia. It is what it is. She's just the same old, same old, same old. But y'all, we got to talk about predictions and what y'all think is going to go down. Now, word on the street is, y'all, because I still haven't read these books. I have them, but I have not read them. But word on the street is that the Michaela thing comes into play in a reimagination, not a actual thing that will happen in the series per se. Now, I don't know, because I don't know. I'm just hearsay, right? That when we get, because everybody knows the premises of Bridgerton is that each season, another Bridgerton has a love story, right? This literally is a love story. That's what the whole concept of it is, right? So eventually Eloise will have hers, and they will reimagine Francesca's with Michaela. And I think that's why they're giving us this tension that they give us, but it's not actually what happens, if that makes sense. Now, if something will happen with them, and I don't know, I would think not, because I don't know, Francesca just doesn't strike me as the type to be cheating, but you know, I guess we shall see. So I'm excited about seeing how this is going to play out, seeing what part Michaela plays in this. Will she help Francesca find her pinnacle? Like, is she going to be the one to really help her figure out and unlock this thing with her husband, of course? But and then will we get Kate and Anthony back? Are they coming back? I think we saw them in the trailer, but when they come back, like, to what extent? Because I think it's important that you bring back the old characters. Like, we fell in love with these characters for a reason. We need to see them. And damn it, I'm still mad about them not bringing the Duke back. Like, the way I hate that they just, like, we're never going to see the Duke again. That pisses me off. Because I feel like you can make a cameo. Like, you can make a cameo, if anything. And I don't even know if we're going to see Daphne anymore, but you know, it is what it is. And then as far as this mistress thing is concerned, I don't know if she's going to accept wanting to be the mistress. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's what she's going to do. But I also do believe that, okay, so I think Tika and I talked about it. I think Tika actually says it, that the sister thing was brought up for a reason. Like, they brought the sister thing up for a reason. I forgot which episode. And he uses the word ward, right? And so maybe Sophie is the sister's kid, which would make her very much still a noble, which would make her very much still a lady, because that is the sister's child, right? So that's automatic. So maybe that's a theory, or maybe and I do believe that the will says that she's still in it. I think that she's just not giving her what belongs to her. I think he left her everything, if I'm just keeping it real. But those are some of my theories. What's your theory, Candy? You got any theories?
Oh, child, I don't know. I ain't know nothing about a sister, and he's supposed to be I heard Tika say that, but okay, I missed that part. if I'm not if I'm not a child from your loins, why can't I be amongst what? Why am why am I being mistreated? Even when he was there, she had to stop going to dance. Like, so why are you allowing me to be mistreated if I'm not yours and not supposed to be a secret if I'm your sister's child? Like, why did he allow this to happen? And yeah, why did he allow that to happen if that's not his child?
Maybe his sister never married, and maybe it was like, I mean, it's like a lot of things that it could be.
So it
like
means you allow them to mistreat your family member. I don't know. That's puzzling to me. I don't like RIP. Anyway, because that made me upset. Because I don't like people mistreating children for no reason. Sophie and Benedict. Of course, I hope I know she's not going to accept it. I hope she does it. Accept it. I hope she explores who she is and find out her heritage and where she came from, because that glove she had on, Miss Bridgerton said it had something in it. I can't remember who it is. So whoever those people are,
name. The Penwood
yeah,
name.
yeah, whoever that family is, I hope she realizes that's her family and that's hers, that's her heritage. And hopefully Miss after she get off Marcus, she'll help her figure it out, because she did say she seemed like she's hiding something, or I want to protect her or help her something.
She want to protect her.
So hopefully she'll find out who she is once everything comes together and she go and blow the house down over there with that Cruella DeVille. I don't know. Can these two be together in Bridgerton life? These two, can they be together?
Yeah, they grown. And she a lady, and he what's his title? I forgot what his title is. They noble. But yeah,
But I would like for them to just go ahead and get married or whatever. Like, I would like for them to go ahead and just do it. Instead of hiding. I want them to be happy and love and not hiding it and got to do all that. Have tea. And another thing for Sophie don't want to be hidden again. Like, I'm already sheltered and I've been hidden all my life. You still want me to hide? Like, no, we're not doing that. So I want everybody to be out and be happy.
She said, I want everybody out the closet. But yeah, I think for these two right here, though, Candy, I think that it's about her not wanting her kids to know that she's moved on, that she's moving on, because look at the type of family that they are. And their father has been such a key part, even though he's not here, he's been such a key part in the family. And for her to move on would be like saying, like, I have to let my husband go. So I don't think that he wants to hide it. I think that she wants to not tell her kids just yet about it. I think it has everything to do with her and how she feels about what she feels about her husband and what he means to the family. But I think she's going to have to get over that, because we need this man in her life.
Yeah. So that's why I didn't know they could be together. If that was something like she couldn't get married no more, or could, I didn't know what it was in the bylaws and with them people over there. But I need them to go ahead and handle business. So she can be,
what the maid
so they can tiptoe through the tulips.
She said the maid say everybody have tea.
I need them to have gallons of tea, okay?
Okay, that part.
Prediction tea.
Not a whole lot of predictions, just a lot of questions. EJ, I want to know, why did Posey, what was this jewelry? Why did Posey give Sophie the fake jewelry? How was that connected to, because I feel like Posey she's a good-hearted girl. She's not like Rosalind. She's not like her. What's the significance behind that jewelry? Was there a reason why she gave her that specifically out of all of the things that they possess? Also, are we gonna, that necklace that Sophie has that she did not want to pawn, is that gonna come full circle? Are we going to see or hear more about that necklace? Is that going to be a way that Violet puts two and two together and say, hey, I actually knew your mama, or I actually knew your family, and you should be this. Why are you somebody's maid right now? You know, so I hope that her story does come full circle. I feel like it will. She can't just be the Cinderella that's just been, you know, cleaning up behind everybody forever. Her story has to definitely come full circle. I hope they give this to us in the next half. And I mean, I feel like um Violet and Marcus could go on the promenade, be out in the open. I'm with Candy. Both them kids. Them kids darn near grown at this point. What's his name? Came back with the little hair on his chinny chin chin. So, you
Greg.
know, Greg, yeah, Greg came back with the hair on his chin. So we good now. We Gucci. We can go promenade together. We ain't gotta hide. I would love that for them. I hope the queen does not have a nervous breakdown when Lady Dansbury go ahead and bounce, because I feel like Lady Dansbury is gonna be released at some point from her slavery duties. And I feel like she gonna, you know, I think that, you know, her replacement is gonna be a suitable replacement. I need Penelope to be ready because she called herself making a bet with the queen. I don't know how you gonna make a bet against the queen. The queen, whether she win or lose, she gonna still win. So you out here betting that he's gonna be, you know, he's gonna be her next choice, or he's not her next choice, and all this other shenanigans. So that's gonna be interesting to see all of that, you know, come full circle. Again, I don't really have any predictions, just a lot of questions and a lot of things that I want to, you know, see happen. I hope when they get in the house that Cruella is in, I hope her side of the house burned down and they take her out. I could deal with Rosalind because we can put her to maid duty. Or even she could be somebody governance at this point. We'll have some mercy on her. But I just Cruella, what she's done to Sophie is just disgusting. And I hope, where's the solicitor? Can we please get the solicitor to come forth with and tell us what's really going on? How much money does Sophie really possess? So that's pretty much it, EJ.
Yeah. I mean, that's where it's really going to have to come from. You're going to have to get the solicitor is going to have to come back. We know that the solicitor is the one who got all the answers, but with Violet taking such a liking to her, when she decides that she's going to leave, because you know she's going to leave when they move next door. They already moved, but when she finds out that they're next door, she's gonna leave. And I think Violet, like she said, she feels protective of her because she knows that she's running from something. So I feel like she's gonna figure it out. Either that or Lady Danbury. You know, Lady Danbury will be knowing everything. So they gonna figure it out. They gonna put all they heads together. And then we got Alice now too. They gonna put all their heads together and they gonna figure out what it is. And that's how we gonna figure out that really she the one with all the money. And that they really live with her. She just didn't know they lived with her. Okay?
Now you be my maid.
That part. But anyway, y'all, this was an amazing first half. I can't wait till the 26th, which is when the second half of Bridgerton is going to be dropping. Jump down in the comments, guys, and let us know what you thought. If you're watching this on the replay, please go ahead and hit the like button and then leave a comment and tell us what you thought about Bridgerton Part 1, episodes 1 through 4. Were you happy about Violet getting her back broke? Because I was. Okay. And do you think that Francesca is going to hit her pinnacle anytime this season? What role do you think Michaela's going to play in this? What do you think is going to happen with the whole Sophie and Benedict situation? Will she say yes to being the mistress or not? Okay. How is that all going to work out, guys? Go ahead and drop it all down in the comments. And before we get up out of here, Candy, what you got going on, boo-boo, on your channel?
On Tuesdays, I do Married to Medicine with the ladies, and on Wednesdays we do a live watch along with the ladies with Tika, Mo, and Tamika. We do the live watch along for sisters. So that's what I got going on right now. I didn't say this for the 5th time. I'm supposed to do Twin off of Tubi one day, but I'm gonna get it done. I probably do it tomorrow. But yeah, Twin, which is a Tubi movie with Drew Sidora. I didn't say it about 6 times, so I'm gonna get it done.
Okay, that's what's
Nice.
up. Well, if you guys are not subscribed to Candy's channel already, please make sure to go ahead and head on over there and subscribe to her channel. Do all the things. Make sure you at least leave her a like down here on this Bridgerton video for sure. Tika Dushi, what you got going on all things ruthless?
Okay. Oh, thanks for this. Oh, anyway. Okay, so I'm going to finish up His and Hers. Listen, everybody else in the world has watched all of His and Hers. So after this live, I'm going to go ahead and finish watching so that tomorrow I can give you guys the full recap of the last few episodes. I'm just gonna finish that, and then Nowhere Man, I'm gonna try to do it where I do 30 minutes of His and Hers and 30 minutes of Nowhere Man. That is the series on Stars. It's featured Notori Naughton, but she also directed or executive produced on this project. I think Nowhere Man is a very, very good movie or series. A lot of people, some are watching, some aren't, but I need y'all to tap in because it's really, really good. Based out of South Africa, Johannesburg. But you know, they come with the great movies. I'm just saying, and this or series, and this one is very good. So the Nowhere Man is what else I'll be talking about. Of course, on Wednesdays, girl, y'all, they don't let your girl in the sister circle. So I will be with Candy, Monique, as well as Tamika as we talk about season 10 of Sisters. And y'all make sure y'all head over and check out the replay. We had a great conversation on about Sisters, the after watch, talking about it after we watched it. Okay. And again, thanks to Candy and the ladies for letting you girl join the sister circle. I give anything a name, don't I? But I loved it. And then of course, talk that talk. Like we got some shenanigans going on. For those of y'all that don't think that Queen, I was about to call her Queen Catherine. If y'all think Queen Charlotte is justified in the way that she feels and is refusing to allow Lady Dansbury to leave, come check out my video, check out my petty debate. Let me know what you all are thinking. Of course, EJ is going to follow up with another video, another petty debate, because that's just what we do. It's all in fun. It's all out of love. We just love giving our perspectives on certain things that happen in these TV series. So so far so good. We also got some interviews that drop. We got so much going on Talk That Talk Media. Oh my God. And for those of you that helped us cross the 500, keep sending the live to your friends, tell a friend, tell another friend, so we can just keep growing. But we do appreciate those of you who have already subscribed. And that's it for Tika. EJ, what you got? They go Candy with them lights, okay? Turn up the lights for his baby.
Okay, as far as TV Junkie is concerned, I dropped my predictions video for the family business. So definitely go and check that out. I'm actually working on new content for the channel, trying to figure out exactly what's going to be going down. So make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, or make sure that you have your notifications turned on if you're already subscribed. So that way you'll know when I drop some new stuff. I did relationship goals. We did a watch party for it, and we did like a little live watch along and stuff. So you can definitely catch that on the replay. But I did actually post the after conversation between myself and Kate Bly. So yeah, definitely check that out. I enjoy relationship goals. I enjoy looking at Method Man. Never mind. It was really nice,
man.
Okay. It was a nice little watch. So definitely go check that out. And then, like Tika said, Talk That Talk, I'll actually be dropping our reaction here soon. We typically drop reactions on Wednesdays, y'all, but we had a little hiccup and we're having to drop the reaction later. So I'll be dropping that today. I just got to get the thumbnail put on there and we'll get that live. So you can actually see everything that we said and thought as we were watching the show for the very first time. And if you want to see the full thing, of course, it's already up on Patreon. All of the completely unedited, all the stuff. Trust me, it's ridiculous. Some of the things that Tika and I come up with when we're watching these things. So if you want to see that, you can always visit our Patreon and consider becoming a member over there as well. So listen, with that being said, I think that's pretty much all we got. Oh, we do have our interview with Alan YOUUU that's going to be dropping this Sunday. So please make sure to come and check that out. And then all of our other interviews that we've had so far, please make sure to check those out as well. They're all on the channel. Our docuseries that we've basically been doing, where we make our own original documentaries, please make sure to check those out. I feel like they a vibe. Like, I feel like we do a darn good job on them. So if you are interested in those, please check those out. It's just so much different content over there on Talk That Talk. Trust me, it is something over there for everybody, between the reactions, the reviews, the docuseries. And then, of course, we have our game night with our shenanigans every single month. And, of course, we'll have another game night that Candy can try to come cheat on, and like she typically do. But we just get used to it at this point. We're here for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know what's going to go down. So
I'm going to need y'all to stop. The hateration.
No.
Don't
say y'all. Don't say y'all. Don't say y'all.
Don't do that, Tika.
Don't say
because
y'all.
You already know what it is.
You see which way
you pointing at. Yeah, you pointing at Candy. Yeah.
Yeah, she pointing at me.
Yeah, she pointing at you.
Okay, I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna do it this way then, since EJ want to play. I be proud of Candy. Candy be helping me out too. So I'm just saying. But it's so fun, y'all. Y'all got to come through to game night. We have so much fun. Whether Candy cheating or not, we still, you know, we have a good time.
She always cheats. I know whether she cheating or not. She always
she do it with her camera off, so we don't really know. But she do come when it's Trivial Pursuit. I mean, when it's scavenger hunt, she does find the objects and she put them in the camera. You know, I mean, that's all I can.
Only thing she don't cheat on, but don't let her take no scores. Don't let her do none of that. I'm just saying, and that's what makes it so fun.
Y'all didn't say I couldn't get no help from Googler.
True.
Y'all didn't say Google could help.
We did say you couldn't get no help from Googler, but you still Googled anyway. But y'all, I'm not mad at it. Listen, Tika done throw on the TTP. Listen, shout out to Miriam Hyman for the TTP hat. We're gonna have to get some TDT hats.
Oh yeah. Okay. I like that. That's tough.
TDT hats.
Get your TTP. DM Stella Production. DM them for yours. Okay. DM them. Supporting Miriam Hyman, aka Robin Hood. That's all. Hey. Shout out. We locked in.
She got some dope music. She has some dope music. Oh my god.
Yeah, I like it. I had to go ahead and I don't even have a which I had to go ahead and download some of that. So let me go ahead and download some of this. I go propane. I don't know what is this. That's my favorite song right now. Ain't go propane.
Ain't no propane.
But anyway,
Rick Owens.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
That's
sorry,
EJ. You good, girl. You fine. So anyway, y'all, we're about to get up out of here. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all know usually I go through the list and say bye to everybody, but y'all already know how they go. All y'all in the chat, we appreciate y'all. Everybody who didn't get a chance to say anything, but you were here rocking it with us for this whole 2 hours that we have been up here talking about this. We appreciate you so much, and we will talk to you guys later. Peace.